Hey, it's Steve, your realtor from Remax Metropolis. I'm just going through some of the numbers from 2022 and just wanted to go over them real quick with you and give you a little bit of insight. I know we talk about numbers every month, and in fact, weekly we publish the numbers for Toronto with Remax Metropolis, but this gives us an overall picture. So this is something that we've been seeing all year. Obviously, this is 2021 from January, or 2022 from January to December. What we're seeing here is a high in March of 10,995 sales. This is unit sales, so it's not price, but you can see basically as soon as the bank started hitting us with the increased interest rates, it took a huge toll on unit sales for two reasons. One, there wasn't as much available in terms of available properties, but also prices did start to come down. And I can show you different numbers from, or what we've been seeing all year, with February, March being the peak in pricing as well. So what this does, this gives us just to show you how slow December was. And traditionally December is a slow month, but this year, because of the lack of inventory and because of the interest rates, we can see exactly how slow December was, comparing it over the past 6 years. And you can see we 2018, I mean, that was a slow year too, but this year was particularly slow. But again, not a huge surprise due to the interest rate hikes and the uncertainty in the market, really, which is what the interest rate hikes have been doing to the market, is just creating uncertainty. This gives us a graph comparing the last 5 years in monthly sales. Again, sort of the thick red line here is 2022, showing our peak in March. 2021, which was a record year for the Toronto Real Estate Board. You can see the overall shape of the market is quite similar. However, the volume in early 21 was significant. And again, we're not going to see that again for quite a while, I don't think. And then 2020, which is another one here, which this shows us when sort of the COVID situation kicked in, and it shows when the interest rates were starting to come down. They were doing the interest rate incentives, trying to keep the economy moving. Obviously, it did that in spades for the real estate market. And then this is a quick graph showing the Bank of Canada rate changes just for 2022, starting at almost nothing. Money was practically free. And again in January, February, and then we see how things have progressed up to the current rate. And what are we going to see in the spring? We have a rate announcement in a couple of weeks, and then we have a number of rate announcements over the year. I'm hearing a lot of people saying maybe a little bit of a hike in the next announcement, and then probably not a whole lot of movement in 23, unless maybe we see a little bit of a decline, but that's probably unlikely till the very end of 23 or into early 24. This is total sales over 6 years. Again, 2021, big numbers in terms of unit sales, but we're again sort of around the 2018 level in terms of sales units. That's just unit sales, so that shows the speed or the cadence of the market. It shows what was happening in the market, not necessarily price, because that's a little bit of a different idea. And then 2022 days, months of inventory and active listings are both really important factors on what the pressure of pricing is going to be, where we end up with pricing, and then obviously sales unit. Having available properties to see and buy is huge. Again, months of inventory very low because the market was snapping up properties like crazy in early 22, and then we've seen a steady increase, peaking in July with months of inventory, but we're still right now months of inventory are quite high because just the sales units are low and active listings are fairly low to moderate. So that shows us a higher months of inventory. We're technically still in a seller's market, but there's other types of things that is affecting the market, which is slowing it, which is primarily the interest rates and the uncertainty around interest rates. Here's an interesting statistic, because one would think, and the idea is we've seen prices come down, but if you look at the historic averages, we're still, well, between 21 and 22 we're somewhat flat, but we're still, the long term with real estate is still that prices do increase. The short term in real estate, just like any short term in the stock market, there's volatility. The past few years we've seen more volatility, I think, than is normal in the real estate industry, but you can see over the past 6 years, we're still looking at price increases on average. Now that this tends to be skewed a little bit with style of properties and things like that too. So these graphs were provided by one of our industry gurus, terrific company, Richard Robbins, terrific expert and coach. At any rate, yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with you guys and seeing what your plans are for 2023. I think it's going to be a really interesting year, and I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity. Anyway, have a great day. We'll talk soon.